Our next speaker is Dennis Clark. I don't even know if I want to say this. Going where the sun don't shine. Going where the sun don't shine, Dennis Clark.
Have you, like me, ever wondered who in his right mind would actually want to be a proctologist? Is there some sort of cheap thrill of putting a camera on the end of a garden hose and shoving it up where the sun don't shine? I got some answers to these kinds of questions when I finally got my own personal proctologist. Now I recommend that you all get one. Turns out that proctologists are the jokesters of the medical profession. For example, at last year's annual proctology convention, yes, there is such a thing. At the end of the day, they go off for cocktails, and every bar they went into, they only came in the rear. Once inside, they spent a lot of time just checking out the stools. But I digress. My proctology story started with my first colonoscopy. Yes, that's the topic. My doctor not only made it fun, he made it a real thrill to remember. Now that I have more than a dozen colonoscopies behind me, I am an old pro at bearing my vows to the medical world. Tonight, I'm going to tell you how my doctor made everyone into a thoroughly enjoyable experience. Each exam consisted of mostly 3 phases: preparation, relaxation, and recovery. Preparation meant I had to clean out everything I had eaten or even thought about eating since last Tuesday. Trust me when I tell you that this step is a real blast. It consisted of drinking a bottle of what I call premium colon blow. It seemed like a delicious lime-flavored soda. I knew better, though, because I could only find it in the pharmacy section of the supermarket on a shelf surrounded by laxatives. That's the first hint of the fun to come. Once I slugged that down, I had to make sure I had a clear path to the bathroom at all times. It was about to get real. The action began when my guts began to gurgle, then get louder and louder, finally rumbling like Mount Krakatoa about to erupt. It was no longer time to think about going to the bathroom so much as an all-out sprint to the toilet, sitting down quickly and hanging on for dear life. If I'd planned right, I'd have loud music in the background to drown out the god-awful explosions coming out of my body that would otherwise scare the pets and small children. That was the preparation phase. Then came phase 2, relaxation, my favorite phase. I go to the clinic the next day and I get an IV relaxation cocktail, or what I call my happy juice. After about 5 seconds, I thought everything I heard or said was absolutely hilarious. I could even crack up at the lamest Toastmasters jokes. No offense, Frankie. I didn't care when the colonoscope came out, you know, that hose with the camera on the end. What could possibly go wrong? Hey, I was relaxed. Good thing, too, because that's when they turned on the air pump and blew me up like a Goodyear blimp. Still didn't care. Still relaxed. The real thrill during the exam, though, was when the doctor asked me if I wanted to look through the scope at my own insides. I did. Very, very interesting. It lent whole new meaning to the phrase, having my head up my ass. Then I was ready for the recovery, the third and final phase. Have you ever been in a social situation where you maybe have had a little gas? I didn't want you to raise your hand. That you had some control over. That's because your anal sphincter muscle, the smartest muscle in your body, could tell solid, liquid, and gas and let out one at a time. Now, in recovery, this is not an issue. By that time, my anal sphincter had been dumbed down to the level of a moron. I had no control whatsoever. All I could do was sleep like a baby, let the gas laws of physics do their thing, and dream blissfully of balloons exploding in a rainstorm. Then I would wake up with a wonderful sense of relief, no longer feeling like I had a 3-course meal of Mexican food, chili beans, and cabbage. Well, that was the final part of the exam. That was the short version of it. I did get an answer to one of my main questions, who would want to be a proctologist. You see, these are dedicated, if slightly kinky, doctors who fill a valuable niche as the court jesters of healthcare. Right? I hope my story has inspired all of you to run right out and get your next colonoscopy appointment right now. Until you do, you won't know what you've been missing. I do have one warning for you, though, that I learned the hard way. As you know, many people like to record videos and upload them online, including some of those proctologists. As of this morning, there are 7,143 videos of colonoscopies on YouTube alone. Just make sure you don't become number 7,144. Thank you.